Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to Storytime for Green Lantern, Emerald Twilight, and Emerald Fallout. Emerald Twilight is the story of Hal Jordan's fall from grace, his rebellion against the Guardians, and his taking of all the Green Lantern power, and his becoming the villain Parallax. Emerald Fallout is the first appearance of the new Parallax, and his first battle with his old friends, the superheroes, and ex-Green Lantern Guy Gardner. We'll begin with Reign of the Supermen, the one Green Lantern comic that's part of it, when Hal returns to Earth to find that the cyborg Superman and Mongol have destroyed Coast City, his hometown, and built a massive engine on the corpses of his loved ones. It's just one small part of the larger Superman story, but it's a huge event for Hal Jordan, and its effects would be felt for over a decade after. Death City. The real Superman has returned from the dead, but powerless, and while attacking Engine City, he runs into Mongol, a powerful alien despot, and stands on the edge of death once again. Coast City. It was my home once. My friend's home. Now it's nothing. An engine built on rubble, built on the corpses of people I knew. And one of those corpses might be Carol's. If they think their missiles can keep me out, they're wrong. Nothing's keeping me out. Nothing's keeping me from finding the monster who did this. Nothing's keeping my hand from his throat. He destroyed the robotic forces as if they were nothing. He's coming! We have to stop him. After the Supermen got past us, Mongol will never pardon another. Did you do this, alien? Did you help do this to my city? I could tear you apart. No ring, just my hands. No. My ring found human heartbeats at the core of this thing. It found people who looked like Superman, and one of them was down at the feet of a giant. I picked up the alien's words, trumpeting his name, bragging of what he'd done, happy to have slaughtered my city, my past, my friends. He's the one I want, and nothing's going to keep me from him. Nothing's going to keep me from Mongol! Millions of dead. I hear them screaming. Before I'd even returned to Earth, I could hear them in my mind. Before I saw the smoke blanketing California, I knew something had happened. I hear them screaming, "Avenge me! Avenge me! Avenge me! You're good at tearing up metal, worm. Are you afraid to attack me? I wouldn't dirty myself on you, monster." Every drop of hate in me screams, "Do it! Blow him apart with the ring." But the sucker's yellow. He's yellow, and that means my ring can't hurt him, except by pumping my hate into power. Why don't you brag now, Mongol? Tell me what a big man you are to kill millions of innocents. Yell it out while you're buried in the wreckage of your own machine. Yeah, Mongol, laugh. Laugh with your dying breath. And what will Superman do with his dying breath after you've killed him by releasing the kryptonite that powers this engine? Superman! A million dead scream to me. But if one can come back from the dead and has a chance to live, if the world can have him again, how can I risk? You think you saved Superman? The leader will take care of him as easily as I take care of you. My knee tore it coming through the metal. My ring kept me alive, but even it couldn't block this monster's power. He's coming, his steps like thunder, making the catwalk dance. Gotta stand, but I can't. Gotta push through the pain. Gotta stand. What will you do now, worm? What am I gonna do, Mongol? I'm gonna kill you! Pump my body with ring power, make it a missile and... Oh, are you? Focus. Don't lose it. Just act. Using the walkway now. Clever. No threat to Superman there. No threat to me either. My arm. Where? No arm. Just pain. No brain, just mud. One sound. Ha 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 ha. Mongol. Drowning the voices. Drowning my past. How it had to be. Been trying so hard to bring back the past. Old friends. Old ways. Carol. Maybe this is what it brings. In the heart of Dead Coast City. No past, but Mongol's laugh. No future, but Mongol's fist. No. Not yet. Congratulations! You've earned yourself a few more seconds of terror. Few more seconds to get away. Still hear them through the laughter. Still hear them. Me? Avenge me? And what have we found? The little hammer dropped by Superman's friend? Oh, now the title battle turns. Ha 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 ha. Through the laughter. Avenge me. You vermin dared wipe out a city I called home, buying yourself a load of trouble. Big trouble. Heavy. Too damn heavy. My past is dead, but I'm alive, and I owe the dead for that. Your day is over, crud, for you and whoever the creep is you take orders from. Up, damn it. Don't feel the pain. Bring it up. Indeed. Your power requires will, little man. Too bad I shattered that will. Mongol, you shattered my arm. You shattered my knee. But my will is something you'll never touch. This is for my friends. Worm, now you die. And the voices fall silent, but there are others. The voices of the dead are gone, but living voices echo through the place. And I'm flying, pain driven out, will fired up by the sound. Living voices must keep living, especially if they're the voices of Supermen. Check it out. The lantern looks so total it makes me want to hurl. Mongol did give me quite a time, but not one I couldn't handle. What's the situation? Superman's behind this door fighting for his life. Then we have to help him. Stand back, everybody. I'm taking us in. What's it? Radiation. I better put us in a protective bubble. Good God, I can't see a thing. What's happened here? Kryptonite. Everywhere. No one could have survived this. Just when I think he's gone before I can welcome him back, the dust clears. Then the flash of a symbol. This is it for you, cyborg. This is your doomsday. And of a face. Supergirl suggests helping, but this is his fight. For it isn't hard to tell which one is the hero. Symbols, uniforms, memories are nothing. It's the man. It's just the man. My ring finds no trace of the cyborg, but that doesn't mean he's dead. Now it's time to go home. The girl does something, and the tattered remnants of a hard-fought return to power transform into the familiar symbol of truth and justice. He thanks us for caring for things while he was gone. I want to thank him for coming back. You deserve a break. We'll mob up here and take care of the Eradicator and incarcerate Mongol. And so it goes. The cosmic give and take. A Superman restored. A Superman transformed. A city lost. Friends. Familiar places. Part of the anger pain wants to wash out. To use the ring to bring it all back. How big a loss for me. How long will it take me to measure what's been cut from me? And what's left of me? Not the memories. Not the past. Just the man. The man will move on. A man recovered. A man transformed. But first, I have to know who was lost here. I have to know it. My God! Hal looks down on the ground and is glad to see that at least Carol Ferris wasn't in Coast City when it happened. He hasn't lost everything. But almost. This issue is a fun team-up with Green Arrow, but it has nothing to do with Emerald Twilight, so I'm skipping it. This is Hal Jordan. He's a Green Lantern. Maybe the best Green Lantern. This is a hole in the ground. It's 12 miles in diameter, roughly. It's a very big hole, but not even close to the size of the hole in Hal Jordan's life. Not by far. You see, this hole used to be Coast City, home to a great deal Hal Jordan held dear. This was the place Hal Jordan grew up, where he worshipped at the shrine he called Father, where he first knew love. This was a place he started to become the man he is. But that's all gone now, expunged by a madman's dreams of conquest. And all that's left is, well, a hole. Emerald Twilight, Part 1, The Past. Some time ago, a man dropped from the stars. He was dying. His last act was to bequeath Hal Jordan a wondrous ring. The power of the ring knows few strictures. Truly it is bounded only by the will of the bearer. With such a ring, you could do anything, if you wanted to badly enough. Hal recreates his father first, whom he witnessed die in a plane crash as a young man. He still became a pilot just like him, because Hal is truly fearless. The ring can't raise the dead, of course, but it can bring Hal's image and memory of him to life. Hal worshipped his father and wanted to be just like him. All he ever wanted was for his father to be proud of him. If he could just hear him say that, it would do him a lot of good. He always doted on Hal's brothers because they had real accomplishments, he says. Hal always had his head in the clouds. He asks his dad to look at what he's done now, and his dad says he didn't do much to help Coast City. His father leaves him in a way he never wanted to see again, but cannot turn away from. He apologizes, but it's too late. The plane crashes just like before, and Hal's mother tries to console him, but it does little good. She tells him to take the good memories he has and move on, but that's something he just can't do. He wants more. It would be tempting, wouldn't it? All it would take, really, is the will. Oh, certainly, every last vestige of willpower that could be summoned. But it would be tempting. Think of it. The power to resurrect that which no longer exists, or create that which only exists in the mind's eye. All of it perfect in every detail. The power to make the dead live again, to redress any wrong, to rewrite history with a happy ending. The power to be God. Hal, you did come back. Hal finds his first love who helped him get over the death of his father 3 years after it happened, and he still hadn't begun to heal until he met Jen. She convinced him that flying was what he wanted to do when he couldn't admit it to himself. He apologizes for leaving her a year later, for being young and foolish. She says that she found someone, and they did settle in Coast City. They were there when it happened, but she says it was over pretty quick. He still apologizes, and she says no one blames him. They're just happy he's doing this for them now. They end up at Hal's parents' house. Hal's parents are inside, and they also thank him for this effort to remember them, to bring them back. The ring is only making his subconscious wishes real, but it's what his broken heart needs right now. His father is just about to say what Hal has always wanted to hear, needed to hear, when he begins to fade. The Emerald City disappears as the ring's 24-hour charge wears off. Hal screams that it's not fair. The Guardians send a projection to reprimand him and summon him to Oa for disciplinary action. They accuse Hal of using the ring for personal gain. Hal says this isn't about personal gain, it's about personal loss. The Guardians often lack an understanding of humanity, but this time it's a fatal mistake for the Green Lantern Corps. Hal wants more power, and he gains some by drawing it off the projection. He says he's coming to Oa all right, but they won't like him when he gets there. The Emerald Twilight has begun. Some time ago, a man dropped from the stars. He was dying. His last act was to bequeath Hal Jordan a wondrous ring. The power of the ring knows few strictures. Truly, it is bounded only by the will of the bearer. With such a ring, you could do anything, if you wanted to badly enough. On a beach, Kyle Rayner and Alexandra DeWitt witness a green streak leaving the planet, and thinking it's a shooting star, they wish for an escape. If you'll notice, this is a cover I edited myself into for my avatar picture, a longtime favorite. Too bad it had to happen this way. Hal Jordan was, by most accounts, the best of the Green Lantern Corps. He served the Guardians with distinction, if not always complete obedience. But a short time ago he suffered a great personal tragedy. Nearly all he once cherished was reduced to so much cinder and ash. And in his grief, Hal Jordan became a dangerous man. The Guardians sought to punish him, strip him of his ring, but their efforts only spurred him to greater defiance. So he set off for Oa, intent on obtaining vast power from the Guardians, so that he might recreate all he had lost. Truly a mad errand. Oa's overlords have long been loath to directly involve themselves in matters of the direst consequences. Thus they created their pawns, the Green Lanterns, to act in their stead. They fight what is truly the Guardians' battle. A cadre of Green Lanterns were gathered and placed in Hal Jordan's path to Oa, forcing him to run a gauntlet of his brothers and sisters. The first he met were Kihan of Varba and the woman of Jade, Lyra. Both accomplished warriors of the Corps. I could have told them they weren't up to it. Emerald Twilight Part 2, The Present. Hal tells his friends to stay out of his way. Nothing will stop him from getting to Oa. He says they're fools for letting the Guardians use them, as they used him for so long. He says they made him a slave, and all he has to show for it is a hole in the ground where his life used to be. He's through being a servant. He's given enough. Now he wants something back, and if the Guardians won't give it to him, then he'll have to take it, just as he takes the rings of the 2 lanterns he incapacitated. When lanterns fight, the strongest will wins, and Hal is unstoppable in the condition he's in. He's never wanted anything more than to change what's happened. The Guardians argue amongst themselves, but they have long ago sworn a vow of inaction, which is why they trust everything to their core. Now they trust the core will stop Hal from reaching them. They are utterly dispassionate, seeing him only as one of their servants gone awry. Tomar Rhee, a close friend of Hal's, tries to stop him next by creating a parasite from his homeworld. Hal warns him, but he refuses to listen, and Hal breaks free and blasts through Tomar's shield. Tomar warns him that what he's doing will consume him, but he's beyond caring. Jack T. Chance appears and punches Hal, and he drops Tomar's ring. He pulls a gun on Hal, which only angers him more. He takes out the rookie lantern easily and takes both of their rings as well, adding more to his own power. The more lanterns they send against him, the stronger he'll become, and the Guardians will regret it. They all fall before him, before his pain, his rage. The elite of the Corps laid low by one who had fought by their side. They fall. Creon of Tebas, brilliant tactician, recruited to the Corps by Hal Jordan, and defeated by him. Hanu of Overcron 6, who holds Hal Jordan in awe, until his ring of power is stolen by that same idol. Graf Torrin of Karax, whose life Hal Jordan saved in the border skirmishes of Sector 2321. With each victory, Hal Jordan augments his power. With each victory, he draws nearer to Oa, and all that awaits him there. Hal Jordan must confront even those to whom he is closest. Were he not nearly blinded by his obsession, would these acts wreak havoc with his conscience? I rather like to think so. You brought me into the Corps, Hal. Don't force this. The Corps is a joke. The Guardians use us up and throw us away. Have enough sense to back down, Boudica. I'm going down to Oa, and I'm going with your ring. I am a warrior. This ring is my weapon. I earned it. It's as much a part of me as my hand. Yeah, I kind of thought so. Ah! Who could have foreseen this in their wildest imaginings? Of all the Green Lanterns, of all the protectors of the universe, it is their brightest who turns rogue. I, for one, never thought it would come to this. Not that I'm complaining, of course. The Guardians see their plan is failing, and they pin their hopes on one last person who can face Hal and defeat him. All except Ganthet, who perhaps understands mortals the best, and has a different plan. The Guardians have sent Kilowog to stop Hal Jordan, who trains the rookie lanterns as a drill sergeant. Like the others, he doesn't want to fight Hal, but his loyalty is to the Guardians. It can happen to anyone, really, even to the best of us. It weighs upon you, the responsibility of wielding one of the most awesome weapons in the universe. Literally billions of lives dependent upon you. And what do you get in return? Well, not much, frankly. You have all this power, and at some point you wonder, what good is it to me? What has it done for me? And you don't like the answer. And you do something about it. After overpowering him, Hal apologizes. He never dreamed he'd have to use what Kilowog taught him against him. Hal has made it to the Oain surface, and heads for the citadel of the Guardians of the Universe and the central power battery, source of all the Green Lantern's power. The Guardians appear before Hal and personally ask him to surrender while he can, saying the power is theirs to use as they see fit, but Hal isn't so sure about that anymore. They deploy their final weapon. Perhaps it's simply that the power corrupts you after a while. At least it's been suggested to me. I suppose, though, it doesn't truly matter. Only the present matters, the task at hand. Jordan's here, I'm here, and I have to put an end to him. Obviously, the Guardians have chosen the right man for the job. I just wonder what Jordan will do. No. When he sees me. What's the matter, Hal Jordan? Nothing to say to your old friend, Sinestro? It's all going to end here, isn't it? One way or the other. Oh yes, I should imagine so. Almost amusing, isn't it? You returning as the prodigal son, and me held up as always last hope. The irony is delicious, don't you? Get out of my way, Sinestro, or I'll kill you. Emerald Twilight, Part 3, The Future. Will you now? Somehow I find that unlikely. Don't demean yourself by engaging in charades, Jordan. Nothing ever changes. You're still a hero. One of the good guys. Not right now. My. Aren't you a grim little fellow? Truthfully, I expected more from you, Jordan. Coming here, armed like that? Not very sporting, is it? Makes my defeat a foregone conclusion. Would you truly rather overwhelm me than finally find out if you could take me in an even contest? Perhaps so. Perhaps you won't mind always wondering. But this way, you'll just never know, will you? I could give a damn, Sinestro. I really could. But I don't want any doubt in your mind. I want you to know that I defeated you, without any crutches. So let's go. Oh, by all means. Let's. The Guardians look on, completely emotionless, as the two greatest rogues in their history face one another. Sinestro hurls blades at Hal, who blocks them with a shield. Hal says the Guardians must have been mad to release him, as he blasts Sinestro into a wall, and Sinestro says perhaps they saw him as the lesser of two evils. I think it's time I told you a story. Years ago, when the Guardians brought you to me, they said, Sinestro, you, of all our Green Lanterns, are greatest. We need you to make the Corps stronger. We need you to share your skills. Please, they said, please. Take this recruit and hone him. Make him even half of what you are, and he will be truly magnificent. And I thought to myself, look at what they've given you, Sinestro. I thought, this sorry fool hasn't got what it takes. He'll never amount to anything. And you know what, Jordan? I was right. Sinestro says it always comes down to will, and he has more than Jordan, as he fires a large energy cannon which Hal dodges. He fires back, saying that maybe once Sinestro did, but nothing lasts forever. Sinestro admits the rage has changed him. While he is much the same, he'd gladly kill Hal even if the Guardians weren't offering him his freedom for it. But Hal says he's not killing anyone ever again. The Guardians finally look worried as their two best lanterns fire their rings with all their might. Come on, Jordan. At least put up a decent fight before I kill you. No more. No more tricks. No more rings. Just you and me. For the last time. Hal punches Sinestro in the gut, and he answers with a knee to Hal's head. Hal hits him with a combination of punches to the face, and Sinestro collapses. Hal catches him, saying it won't be that easy. Because we're not finished. We're finished, all right. Both of us. Finished. What are you talking about? I finally beat you. I won. Did you, Jordan? Look at yourself and answer me. I should have done this a long time ago. Damn you. You know, you probably should have. Damn you. Hal leaves Sinestro's corpse behind as he trudges to the battery. No one left to stop me. Power is mine for the taking. Mine, so I can get everything right. Make it no. Rawr! No. Who's it? What's? Can't let you do it, Hal. Can't let you kill the Corps. Can't let you kill anybody else. Kilowog? I didn't kill the Corps. Just took their rings because I needed their power. I left them enough to survive. For now, maybe. I know what you're thinking, Hal. You're looking to get in the central battery again so that you can take all the power for yourself. But what then? What happens to other Corps members out in space, or maybe in a scrap somewheres? But the power, I can't think about that now. I need to set everything right. Ain't gonna happen, Hal, no matter how bad you want it. I know what it's like to lose your home, the folks you love, but it ain't no excuse for what you're doing. The power ain't yours. Not for this. So it's gotta end. Ah! Pull it together, Hal. You killed Sinestro, but you ain't evil like him. Not yet. You can still stop. No. I can't. Hal blasts Kilowog with his full power, burning the flesh off his bones. I've crossed the line, Kilowog, and I can't go back. Now, I don't deserve this anymore. Hal takes off his ring and throws it away. True, 2814, you do not. You have committed heinous acts, caused irreparable damage. You will be punished. By you? You haven't taken a personal interest in anything for so long, you've forgotten how. I finally see you for what you are. Impotent shams. I just wanted to have my life again. You could have given me the power to make everything right, but you self-righteous gnomes couldn't even do that much. All you were capable of was turning your back on me. To tamper with what has been was the most grievous crime of all. Don't you think I know that? And haven't you realized I'm beyond caring? It's too late for that. Too late for me. Too late for you. There's no turning back now. What's going to happen is going to happen. It has to. You can't stop it. And neither can I. Hal Jordan enters the central power battery, as he has done before, but in order to save it. But this time is different. Thusly it ends? We simply allow him to expunge our grand design? Brothers, are we too atrophied to save ourselves, or preserve the doctrine by which we have guided the universe? Yes, it is done. Am I the only one to find this unacceptable? Ganthet is right. We must do that which to us has become unthinkable. We must act. There is but one course of action. And you, Ganthet, are the one. Who? Me? The Guardians pour their very life energy into Ganthet while Hal absorbs all the stored energy in the battery until it breaks open in a massive burst of green light. Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, is no more. Now he is Parallax, and the power he now controls is nearly unimaginable. Parallax walks among the bodies of the Guardians, and he crushes a Green Lantern ring in a symbolic gesture. He takes off into space, and then Ganthet rises from the pile of corpses. I grieve for you, brothers, though we disagreed bitterly more often than not. I fear, however, there is little time for eulogies. You gave me the last of your strength, and I know what is to be done. Our greatest champion, yet we did not stand by him in his need. Our unwavering adherence to our edicts prevented the slightest compassion. Were we then the architects of our own destruction, my brothers? Even this is abandoned, the symbol of all our champion was, all that we were. It must become a symbol, once again. Ganthet creates one final Green Lantern ring from the remains of Hal's broken one. As the sole remaining Guardian, I promise our ultimate sacrifice will not be an act of futility. All we have stood for, the nobility, the good, will live on, even if I too must perish. Ganthet transforms to energy and travels to Earth. There it is again, just like the last time I saw it. Sort of. Leave the dance floor to get some air and you never know what's gonna happen. Huh. Looks like it's coming this way. Yeah! You shall have to do. Right. I must need some air worse than I thought. This ring. Take it. Uh-huh. What am I supposed to do with it? What you must. What do you mean? What's supposed to happen? What must. Wait, I don't have any idea what the hell just happened. Well, at least he's acting like he saw a little blue guy in a red dress disappear too. Though I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. Ring seems real enough. Let's see what... Oh man, I think my life just got a lot more complicated. Kyle Rayner has just become the last Green Lantern in the universe. Emerald Fallout is mostly a Guy Gardner story unrelated to the events we've just seen, so I'll be skipping a great deal of the story and only covering what's relevant to Hal's story. Emerald Fallout Part 1. Something Borrowed. Guy's yellow ring, though made by the Guardians of the antimatter universe for Sinestro, is still connected to the green power, and through it he receives a vision of what has happened, and then it stops functioning. Guy receives a powered suit of armor made for Booster Gold as a temporary replacement. Alan Scott, the Golden Age Green Lantern, whose power comes from a magical source, is unaffected. He tells Guy the universe is in great danger. Emerald Fallout Part 3. Shootout at the OA Corral. Massive green energy beings and forms have incapacitated some of the most powerful Justice League members, and Guy flashes back to earlier. Alan explains to Guy that Hal has disappeared, his ring has stopped working, Coast City is gone, and the green dome appeared in its place. It's all connected to the lanterns. They assemble a team of heroes and take off for Oa, finding defeated lanterns along the way. Once there, Guy mourns the loss of Kilowog, who also trained him. He asks God why. Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, the Ray, and Captain Atom all fall to the green power. It seems to know their weaknesses, beating Diana senseless, absorbing Ray in darkness, and burning the Manhunter. Parallax bursts out of the ground to face Guy. What the? Time for this to end. Now! Parallax has impaled Guy on a huge energy spike, and he turns to the others. Emerald Fallout Part 4. Fist forward, face down. Hal takes down Ariza, who he had a relationship with in the kindest way he is able, giving her an illusion of his old self, and putting her to sleep. Alan Scott demands he release her, and smashes Parallax into a wall with a giant green energy fist. He asks, "Have you lost your mind?" Parallax says, "You have no idea of my loss, Alan," and he blows him away with a wave of energy. He says they shouldn't have come here, and places the heroes in stasis in the planet's orbit. Guy is recovered and tackles Parallax into an asteroid. "Eat rock, you twisted, diseased maniac! Always trying to be the Boy Scout, always trying to do what others think is the right thing. It's guys like you that always end up with ulcers or in a tower with a gun going postal." "Well, Hal, old buddy, Guy Gardner ain't got no ulcers." Urgh! "Ulcers are the least of your problems. You calling me a twisted, diseased maniac? That's a laugh. Ugh! Isn't that what people have called you? I put an end to Sinestro. Your wearing his old ring isn't going to stop me. You came here to stop me, Guy. What I don't understand is why. You lived in Coast City too. You knew people there. You have to believe that my wanting to bring them back is right. If you get in my way, I'm sorry. If I can't make you see what I'm doing is right, I'm sorry. I'll have to stop you. Permanently. Oh yeah? You murdering psycho? I'm gonna crack a new game on your head. The more power you use, the more juiced I get. I will stop you. No. No! I am not a murdering psycho! Why can't you see that? Why can't you see I'm still who I always was? I just won't let anyone stop me anymore! Ah! My ring! Guy's ring operates on stolen green energy, but Parallax overloads it, melting the ring on Guy's hand. No one! I see now the only solution is to take your power. Warn everybody, Guy. I don't want to harm them. Yar! But I will get the power I need. I will make everything all right again. The end. Emerald Twilight was extremely controversial, and many Green Lantern fans still hate it to this day. I always loved it, and I'd love to know what you thought in the comments. Anyway, this has all been a prelude to Zero Hour, and while it was a mystery at the time, it's become common knowledge that Parallax is the villain of the event. Hal Jordan, just a normal man from Earth, attempts what so many villains have failed, to destroy the universe. But he plans to remake it in his image. Hal is going to fix everything. Join me next time for one of my favorite event comics ever, Zero Hour.